Hi, I'm Eileen Holder, and today I will be giving you information on a norm reference assessment called the Brigance Comprehensive Inventory of Basic Skills Number 2 Standardized. I chose this assessment because at the school that I currently work at, the moderate to severe students are assessed with this tool. The mild to moderate students are assessed with the Woodcock-Johnson. And currently I am one of the moderate to severe teachers. So I was able to use this assessment on a reevaluation for one of my students. It was very easy to administer. And right here, I will go ahead and give you the basic information on what this assessment is. The Brigance is a comprehensive inventory of basic skills, number 2 standardized, and is a selection of 45 key assessments based on ELA and mathematics. And this assessment is typically used for students ages 5 to 13. However, my students are 14 to 19 typically, but their cognitive levels are typically around kindergarten, 1st through 3rd grade. So our special education department decided that the Brigance was a good tool to use for our moderate to severe students because they are at that cognitive level. The CIBS number 2 standardized is divided into 2 sections. The first section is the readiness section, and the second section is the 1st grade through 6th grade. I was able to assess my student with the second section, which is the 1st grade through 6th grade. And in this section, the areas that are tested are oral expression, listening comprehension, written expression, basic reading skills, reading comprehension, math calculations, and math problem solving. These areas of achievement are designated under the IDEA. As I stated earlier, this assessment is fairly easy to administer. The most important thing is making sure that you are prepared and you have gone over the questions and the assessment and what is expected of each student. So this is the first section for the 1st grade to 6th grade, which is what I administered for my students. It's B1, warning and safety signs. It gives you 2 different forms for each assessment. So if you do the first form 1 year and you happen to have to do the assessment again the following year, you are able to use the form B for the next year. And right here it gives you the overview, so it's best to look at each assessment and see what the overview is. It gives you specific information on what the skill you will be assessing. So for this, it's reading, warning, and safety signs. And it lets you know what the method is for the assessment, which is individual oral response. It also gives you the materials for that specific assessment. And for this, it just says that this page and this page, the student page, are the only materials you need for this specific assessment. So the best thing to do is have the student in front, right here, and you'd be the student looking at it, and make sure that you have the questions and the assessment between you and the student. So you're able to read what's going on, and you're still able to point to the specific words or assessment that you need to do with the student. Also, it gives you information on how to score. Each assessment has different basal and ceiling. And for this one, the basal is 5 consecutive correct responses, and the ceiling is 5 consecutive incorrect responses. It's very important to know what the basal and ceiling is for each assessment, because throughout this Brigance, each assessment is different. Also, it gives you information on the accuracy and what to assess and what to accept as correct. And then it gives you a quick information on what you need to do before the assessing. Also, a great tool that the Brigance gives us is it gives objectives for writing the IEP. So if a student is struggling with this specific skill, it gives you an easy write on how to add that as a goal in the student's IEP, which is a wonderful addition. I really enjoyed having this for my student for the reading comprehension. When he was struggling with reading comprehension, I was able to use a similar verbiage of what the Brigance gave me for objectives for writing the IEP. Directions for the assessments for oral response is located on the right side. It describes what you need to do physically in black, and it has blue lettering for what you need to say. For example, it says to point at the warning signs on this page and then say in blue, "These are words of warning we often see on signs. Look at each word carefully and read it out loud." And then you point to the first sign you want the student to read, and then it says again, "Begin here." If the student does not respond after a few seconds, you say, "Go to the next sign." Hi Adam, thank you for coming today and answering a few questions for me. Are you excited to answer these questions? Okay. These are words of warning we often see on signs. Look at each word carefully and read it out loud.
Go. Do not enter. Danger. Wait. Exit. Walk. Fire alarm. Warning. Keep off. Don't walk. What paint? Do not handle. Keep out. Hands off. Watch your step. No trespassing. No smoking. Beware of dog. Police. Do not disturb.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your hard work.